Right, we are back on F1 Manager. Today we're going to be in Monaco. Last time out we were in Spain. If you are brand new, go ahead, subscribe, and you can watch all 6 episodes. I think there's a playlist option. You can go on the playlist, watch all 6 episodes, and then come back to this one and watch this one as well, because we are having a great old time. If you have been following along, you'll know we got 43 points, and most of those came from Miami. It was a fantastic weekend for us. Kevin Magnussen actually getting P2, Mick Schumacher P4. But enough about that. We're going to go into our inbox. I haven't touched this since the last time we played, but we are back for Monaco, which is going to be an interesting Grand Prix. It's mainly all about strategy and also about the qualifying performances. So hopefully Mick can actually put in a decent qualifying this time, as it is very, very important. And he needs to start picking it up. Mick Schumacher needs to prove why he should be on the team next year. He's got 8 months or probably 7 months remaining on his contract now. It runs out at the end of the year. If he doesn't impress me, he is cut, and we'll go and find someone else, because we are doing good in the constructors. I can't quite remember what we're doing. So current projects, we've got a chassis coming in. So Mick Schumacher will have the same car as his counterpart, Kevin Magnussen, this weekend. We've got some new front wings coming in. And we also started a rear wing research project for next season's car. So by doing this, we're essentially putting ourselves a step ahead the other teams for now. I don't think there's anything that we can do because of that. So we won't be able to upgrade our cars. If we have a look at our drivers, no development points for Mick. There's one for Kevin Magnussen, so that's what they were saying. Should we improve his defending? I think maybe we improve his control. You know, he's made a couple of mistakes. We don't need him making more mistakes. Oh, also here we can see how good our car is actually going to be before the weekend. So in Monaco, low speed and medium speed corners are what you need. Crucial, obviously, low speed corners. It is a very slow track. Edge is the slowest corner on the calendar there, and dirtier cornering, low speed as well. And you can see, compared to the rest of the grid, we're better when it comes to these components. So this should be a good track for us. Realistically, we should be looking for a Q3 appearance. So Mick Schumacher, no pressure, mate, no pressure. All right, Mick Schumacher could be in trouble here. Same with Kevin Magnussen. It's not the best lap he's put in. Let's be honest, I think only Lando Norris and above are cars that have actually put in a representative lap time. Everybody else below have been held up. So I think Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher could be in a little bit of danger. I mean, the 2 Williams and the 2 Aston Martins usually guaranteed bottom 4, but then that 16th position is always up for grabs. And we don't want to be involved in that. So I actually forgot to send out both drivers. I think we should be alright. We should be alright. We sent them out one right behind the other. Should have given a little bit of breathing room. But who's the car that's actually in front? It's Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen is the car in front. And maybe I'll manually control them this time. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to manually control Mick Schumacher. And we're going to see if this helps. Because driving clean air, see if he backs off. Maybe we go down a little bit to see if it helps him out. I'm not sure if that's the case or what this all is.
We need a back off.
But will this help him get a better lap time? We're trying to do things to help Mick Schumacher, because he's really, really struggling in this Haas car. And you can see 129 degrees. That is a lot. It's starting to cool down a little bit now. Do we tell him to start pushing now he's got through the corners? Or what? I think maybe the last half of the lap we tell him, let's go full attack, let's go for it. And we'll see what happens from there. Potential grid penalty. I don't think that's a thing. Grid penalties don't happen in this game. So Mick Schumacher is in the drop zone though. P16. He could be knocked out here unless he puts in a good enough lap to go through. Kevin Magnussen, you can come into the pits, mate. We're going to call you in. And you don't even have to finish that lap. But Mick Schumacher does. Can he put his car into Q2? Or is he knocked out? What are we doing? We're about to cross the line, mate. Is he knocked out in Q1 here in Monaco? He does improve just. But look how far off he is from Kevin Magnussen. 7 tenths. This is what I was talking about in practice. I couldn't understand why he's so far off. And we're going to find out, can Mick Schumacher put a foot into Q3? I really do not think so, as he comes across the line again. They're telling me we need you to refuel soon. We're right by the line, mate. I don't even know why you're saying it. Mick Schumacher crosses the line. Stays P10. Only goes a tenth quicker. Kevin Magnussen, on the other hand, goes a little bit quicker as well and puts himself in a better chance of making it into Q3. So it's going to be interesting to see what the other cars do as they cross the lines. Sainz, Verstappen, Bottas, they're already ahead of us, so it doesn't matter what they do. Hamilton, Eva, it's all about Alonso and Norris and Gasly. Fernando Alonso goes ahead of Kevin Magnussen. Norris sneaks his way to Q3, but then is knocked out. Magnussen is holding on by the skin of his teeth. Can Ricciardo knock him out? No, he cannot. What about Esteban Ocon? No, he cannot. Kevin Magnussen does it again. He puts his car into Q3 and shows why he is the #1 driver here at Haas. Alright, here we are, moment of truth. I decided not to send Kevin Magnussen out at first. I'm just going to send him out for one run because we trust K-Mag in his skills. He's coming around the last couple of corners right now. This is going to decide where he starts on the grid. Verstappen and Hamilton, ignore their times. It's from Alonso and above, which are the accurate ones. Can he go ahead of Alonso and Gasly and potentially put himself in for a potential P8? He goes ahead of Fernando Alonso. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to hold on. It's going to be all what can Fernando Alonso do on his final lap. All he has to do is find a few tenths and he is in or ahead of Kevin Magnussen for the race. It looks like K-Mag is going to be starting P10, but Alonso crosses the line. Does it go ahead of Kevin Magnussen? Yes, he does. So Kevin Magnussen will be starting P10 for the Grand Prix. I didn't really expect too much more going off times from Q2, but you never know in Monaco. Red flags could come out. Safety cars should be out. We'll see what happens, and we'll be ready to take advantage. I'm thinking, the thing is, if we stay out on the hards and a safety car comes out, we can capitalize. Maybe we do that with Mick Schumacher. We'll do something different for K-Mag. We'll go from mediums to hards so we can go for the undercut if the option is there. So we'll do that. And Mick Schumacher, we're basically banking on a safety car. So we're going to go minus two laps on the fuel, giving it a bit of extra speed off the start, and hopefully he could maybe make a place or two when the lights go out on race day in Monaco, and we are ready to go. It's going to be a clear race, and we'll see what we can do from P10 and P13. Let's actually ride on board with Mick Schumacher to start with. Kevin Magnussen just a couple cars ahead. Can Schumacher get any moves done? You can see Lando Norris has started on the soft tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody else has decided. Verstappen and Leclerc on the softs. Bunch of people on the mediums. And then we've got a few on the hards. So it's very different strategies for everybody, which makes this race a little bit more exciting as Kevin Magnussen goes through the wall here in Monaco, which is pretty impressive stuff indeed. Showing his pure skill there. So nothing too interesting has happened at the start of this Grand Prix. Magnussen P10. Mick Schumacher actually made a move on Lando Norris. He's up into P12. I didn't even see it. Let's see what Mick Schumacher did here in Monaco. Oh, he's gone side by side with him through the swimming pool section. And then he's got the inside line here. We know that's Tiamat Marduk's favourite move down in Monaco. So Schumacher doing what Tiamat Marduk does in Monaco on the F1 22 game. So there you go, Schumacher. Taking a leaf out of his book. Well done, mate. Let's see if we can go for it. We're going to deploy some ERS, go on attack mode, and we're going to push as we're right in the back of the AlphaTauri now. Can we get him down this straight? He's going to go for it. Down the inside. Oh, he backs out, or is he going to still go for it? Side by side, up the hill they go. Chucked him on overtake. Can he get the room to make the move done? No, he backs out of it. This is going to be a frustrating race. I can already tell. Mick Schumacher back down into P13, losing track of the cars up ahead, and not really showing much race pace at all. And he's going to have Tsunoda all over the back of him. Lap 16, nothing really has happened. I was expecting a safety car, I was expecting a red flag, but once again, we're not even a quarter of the race through. So a bit of patience and we might see something. We're going to just back off a little bit with Schumacher. We want to save his tyres. That's the most important thing for his Grand Prix. We don't save his tyres, it ruins his whole thing. His whole thing, get a safety car and take advantage. Or get a red flag, take advantage. Because on race pace, he is not getting into the points. Simple as that. So we're going to try and get that with a strategy decision. 24 laps in, 25 laps in. Nothing much has changed Kevin Magnussen P9, Mick Schumacher P13. Just like in real life, Monaco is boring in the game. Not much happens. We're just basically waiting for a driver to make a mistake, make an error, and we're waiting for the pit stop window as well, as Bottas and Hamilton are switching positions. And K-Mag isn't too far behind. So Verstappen was the first one in the pits, and he only drops to P4. That shows the difference between the top few teams. But K-Mag does get past Hamilton as he goes into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see, do we go for the move or try and go for the move on the Alpine? We're going to fast forward and see if Kev can get the move done. We're going to go a couple laps, give him a couple of efforts, see if we can go for it. Maybe have to give him some ERS, but I don't think we have too much to play with. We're going to give him a bit of ERS, see if he can get the move done. Oh, Fernando Alonso comes into the pits, so that kind of helps our position where we are. And I think now is about the time when we want to pit. Right there, he says it. But if we get the opportunity, we're going to tell him to go for it. K-Mag is in the pits. So get the move done right now on Fernando Alonso. Kevin Magnussen is coming out the pits. Is he going to come out ahead of Fernando Alonso? It's going to be close, but he does get it. Is he going to come out ahead of Lewis Hamilton? Yes, he does. What a move! The overcut has worked an absolute treat here. We can back off with Mick Schumacher. We don't need you to get past Fernando Alonso. K-Mag has got past both Alonso and Hamilton. What a strategy that is. He's put an absolutely incredible in-lap in. And up into 8th place we go. 2 positions gained from the strategy that we've pulled off. Mick Schumacher is still behind K-Mag, even though Kevin Magnussen has made a pit stop. But we are going for a completely different strategy for Mick. And we're leaving him out on those hard tyres for as long as possible in hope for a safety car, red flag, or something happens. Hamilton does get past Kevin Magnussen. He was unable to hold him off to Fernando Alonso up ahead. So not much has happened on him. We've had a crash on the track. I'm not sure if that's going to be a safety car or not. I'm not sure who it is at all. I think every driver is still going. Sergio Perez, he is still going. Maybe he's just lost his front wing. Let's have a look. The Mexican comes into the corner. Does he lock up? Oh! He slides into the wall.
They won't have been expecting that.
He's managed to keep going. His car looks like it's... He's going very slow. He's going very, very slow. Is he going to try and get this back to the pits? Is he going to pull over? What is he going to do? Sergio Perez has had an absolute howler in Monaco. He got the race win in real life. But in this game, I think his race might be over. He's got severe damage to that car. And that might be another position for us. He's actually going to pull over. Oh, no. Competitor spun. Someone's spun now. What is going on? Latifi's out. Latifi's out. What's Latifi done? I mean, Latifi saw what Perez did, and he's like, I can do it better. Let's see Nicholas Latifi coming around the corner. Oh, he's done a Sergio Perez in qualifying. That's what he's done. But Perez is definitely going very, very slow, which is perfect for K-Mag. And it doesn't really matter for Mick Schumacher, as he's holding up everybody behind. We're going to tell him, hold cars behind. Do what you can. In Monaco, you should be able to do that, Mick. If nothing happens, nothing happens, and we pit him and we stay out the points anyway. So it's not too different. He just doesn't have the pace, you know. He doesn't have the qualifying pace. He doesn't have the race pace. He has absolutely nothing for us right now, and we're gonna pit Mick Schumacher because it's inevitable. We have to pit him at some point. The safety car isn't coming out. The red flag isn't coming out. Box him onto the softs, and we'll just have him do the rest of the race. And we'll focus our race on Kevin Magnussen, who is right behind Valtteri Bottas. And then he's behind George Russell. And then there's a 43-second gap. Hold on a second. Kevin Magnussen, he's up in a P5. He's doing absolute wonders again for Haas. If he can get P5 in these races. So look, Mick Schumacher's come out the pits. I think that spooked Valtteri Bottas. Is that the best team play we've ever seen in Formula 1?
And there they go.
That was absolutely beautiful. Mick Schumacher comes out of the pits, spooks Valtteri Bottas, and through swoops Kevin Magnussen. The team absolutely loves it. Beautiful team move. Schumacher, maybe you're useful after all. And look at him defending against Valtteri Bottas. Absolutely quality stuff. But there's a 43-second gap behind Leclerc for George Russell. You see how fast the Ferrari and the Red Bulls are. I wish where the leader is. Where is he? Verstappen right here. So one more lap for Verstappen. Magnussen has been lapped and he's in P5. I think George Russell might be lapped as well. No, Russell isn't lapped, but Verstappen has lapped everybody except for Sainz, Leclerc and Russell, and I think that just shows the pure pace of that Red Bull right now. Kevin Magnussen just has to hold off Bottas for one more lap, which he's going to do pretty comfortably. So it's going to be a P5 for Haas and a P16. A P5 is another fantastic result for us in the constructors, and I think Alfa Romeo are having a similar problem. Bottas getting P6 and Guan Yu Zhou down in P14, which is more frustrating for them as well. But it's good to know that it's basically one driver versus another driver and not Kevin Magnussen versus two drivers in that aspect. When it comes to Alpine, it's kind of more 1v2, but Alpine don't seem to be getting the results that they want right now. They're finishing 9th and 10th or 8th and 9th. They're more down there where we're able to take points away from Mercedes and get up into the top 5, top 6, which is very impressive indeed, actually. So the upgrades we put on the car have worked an absolute treat. Kevin Magnussen P5, Bottas P6. That's going to move us further away in the constructors just a little bit. Alpine only picking up 6 points and AlphaTauri only 1. So 53 points for us this season. Alfa Romeo with 42. We've got a nice little 11-point gap, which is handy in the drivers' standings. Kevin Magnussen P8. Valtteri Bottas P7, and you can see, yeah, Guan Yu Zhou hasn't even scored a single point for Alfa Romeo, so that's where their trouble lies. And Mick Schumacher only has 12, which was only in one race. All in all, it was a pretty decent weekend for us, I'd say. Still 4th in the constructor standings, and it's basically that battle with Alfa Romeo and Alpine at this point. We know we have a car that can get good points in the top 10. It's just Mick Schumacher is not showing it. I don't want to delve into the driver's market. I think I could probably just go in and get a different driver, but I don't want to do that. I want to wait until at least half season before I even think about it. But maybe we give him the whole year and then tell him, show him the door at the end of the season. Unless he improves rapidly and he does incredibly the second half of the season, then I'll stand corrected and I'll keep him. But I just don't see that happening. If you are enjoying the series, go ahead, leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.